people. Thank you for coming on the show with us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all that good crap. Let's get going with this. Today, we're going to talk about transfer portal, NFL draft prospects for any university. That's probably about it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We got a lot of people going in, and I'm looking at it now. I'm pretty shocked on how many people we have leaving.
Yeah.
It looks good, looks real good, but kind of scares me for next season.
Yeah, we'll get into the transfer portal next after this segment. But yeah, I mean, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, we have Elijah Surratt, Mikhail Kamara, Riley Nowalski, Keelan Black, Roman Hemby, Pat Coogan, Kale Benson, Stephen Daly, Keelan Watt, Jose Wheeler, Dominic Ratcliffe, Aiden Fisher, Lewis Moore, Devin Boykin, and Mendoza.
Yeah. We'll start out with that. He's the highest rated drafted player that we've ever had at IU. He could possibly go, and pretty much I think will go number one in the draft. Now the kick of this is that might happen. See, people don't realize this, but the New York Jets have 2 first-round picks. So,
but do we think he's actually going to do that and not go to the Raiders?
What if the Raiders trade for the first 2-round picks? The first first round 2 picks of the Jets. So the Jets get Mendoza.
See, this is my theory on this, is that if the Raiders get Mendoza, they're going to build him an elite line. And you already have Ashton Jeanty in the backfield running back.
Yeah, you do.
If they actually build him a line,
yeah,
Mendoza with Ashton Jeanty in the back, that is gonna be one powerhouse.
Yeah, they could, and not only that, they can get some wide receivers too out there and tight end. I mean, they would become a powerhouse for the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
Las Vegas always has been known for having a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
So they could do that. That'd be great. But I was just throwing it out there because we have a lot of alumni from that area of the country. A lot. And a lot of them, some of them work within the New York Jets organization.
Well, if he goes to the Jets, I don't think Mendoza is going to do good. All honesty, I don't think he's
Mendoza's not to do very well.
Not the Jets, he won't.
All right. So you think he has a better chance of doing better at Las Vegas?
Yes.
Huh, that's a good take. I agree with that. I was just throwing
it. Warmer.
Yeah, it's warmer.
Man, Mendoza in the cold,
he had a rough game.
He had a rough game whenever it was cold, and I know I could see why. Everything you put on, look what he did to Alabama at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, look what he did all summer long, all fall long in Bloomington, Indiana, when it was above 90 degrees and hotter than, Satan's piss. So, I mean, he's used to that warmer climate coming from Cal and Miami. So,
I agree with that. I really do. Now, with our second pick that come out of Indiana, we were discussing this before the show started. We had a little bit of disagreement there. I think our second pick will be D'Angelo Pons. Chase is shaking his head no.
Okay, so we're looking at something that NFL teams want. Pons being a good DB. I cannot say that he's not. But Pons, he's on the smaller end of things. And as much as people say he wouldn't be a good DB in NFL, I'm not saying he wouldn't be, but I don't think he's going to be the second pick coming from Indiana.
You don't.
I think Aiden Fisher is going to be the second pick coming from Indiana.
You think Aiden Fisher? If I was to argue that, I would say Elijah Surratt might be the second pick coming from Indiana.
The reason why I say Aiden Fisher is the communication skills and how you can read the ball. The commitment and leadership, right? A lot of NFL teams want that commitment and leadership. Being able to read on the ball. Okay? Elijah Surratt, great wide receiver, but he choked up on the last game against Miami. That was the proving ground whether he was going to be an elite wide receiver or not. Aiden Fisher did not. How many plays did they get past Aiden Fisher? One. It's when Fletcher ran on the outside.
Right.
Which was Hardy's man. But that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
Do we have someone commenting?
Huh?
Do we have someone commenting?
No. We don't have anybody commenting. I was just looking at something.
Oh, I thought one of my buddies was going to give me crap for saying that. Anyhow. No. Like, we had to realistically look at things, and, Pons, being such a great DB, though, is just how short he is, and what NFL teams look at.
But he did a good job against wide receivers all year long.
He did a great job against wide receivers.
Even taller ones.
Yeah, even taller ones. I'm not saying that. I'm saying based off of what NFL teams want.
Right.
Right.
So what do you think his ranking it would be? Like, what as far as DB goes going into the NFL this year? Do you think he's in the top 5?
I'd say that he's probably in the top 10. There's a lot. There's a lot more. Like, yeah, the spotlight was on Indiana this year.
Right.
The spotlight was on Indiana. A lot of people were talking about Pons this, Pons that. I'm not doubting him one single bit. We've seen what happened whenever you doubt Pons because he knocked Simpson out of the game against Alabama.
He hit him. He
hit him hard. But I'm not talking or discrediting Pons. What I'm saying is that his height is going to be the problem once he goes to the combine. Yuri has that great lockdown cornerback action to him.
Yeah.
It's the height problem. It doesn't matter how well you did in college ball. Okay? There's a certain stat that they want you, not stat, but, regulation you want to be at for the NFL that no matter how well you did in college, NFL is a different game, and that's what coaches are looking at.
Okay.
That's why I think that Pons is not going to be the second pick. Everyone can call me crazy on it, but that's just what I see coming on the NFL. Period.
Okay. So you're thinking
that or Coogan. I see Coogan going to second pick.
Coogan?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Look what he's done.
Coogan would probably be not a center in the NFL. I think he'd be a guard.
I think he'd be a guard.
Be a guard in the NFL. So you don't think Elijah Surratt would be the second pick? Where do you think he falls to? The third round?
Late second.
Late second round?
Late second.
So what do you think Pons will go to?
Probably third.
Third round? Wow.
Because you have so many good cornerbacks out there.
Yeah.
You have so many good cornerbacks out there that are in the NFL right now.
I honestly, I'll be honest with you. That to me, I think Coogan is going to drop down lower.
Whoa.
I think he's going to go between 5 and 7.
Really?
Yeah. I really do. I see Elijah Surratt, like you said, probably second round, maybe mid-third round pick, just because of his size and how powerful he is with grabbing balls and contested balls. That's where I see him at.
What about Kamara?
Oh man, he's another one of those guys though that's small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's only 6'1", 260 as an edge rusher. I mean, I I mean the only thing that bumped him up, and the same thing for Pons, I think, is play on special teams. The NFL looks for players to draft, between the fifth and seventh round, and or fourth to seventh round, that are going to be great special team players with a chance of becoming a great player. They'll do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll get someone in those rounds to make sure that they get them on the roster and no one can take them.
Yeah.
Because as an undrafted free agent, you could get picked up anytime.
Right. What about Hemby and Keelan?
Out of the two of them, I particularly I like Black better.
Yeah.
As a running back. Hemby's great catching the ball out of the backfield as a receiver / running back. But he got knocked down a lot on the first contact. You know what I mean? Chase, the first contact, he would get knocked down a lot.
You're talking about the Miami game and just all season.
All season, I'm talking about Hemby. And Black was Black the whole season. That we watched him all season, and if I'm sitting there as a scout, Black ran hard. That's the kind of running back you want. Now he'll probably go late in the draft, but he'll be one of those players that go late in the draft and end up being a great player in NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because they're going to take a chance on him. But I think Black, all in all, is a better running back and actually a better blocker than Hemby out of the backfield. And that's something that's huge in the NFL. If you have a running back that can block good, that's massive in the NFL.
Right.
And I'd love Pat Coogan to go to my boys.
Buffalo?
Let's go, Buffalo. I'd love for he fits the Buffalo. He's a Buffalo type of kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really think that. But so we'll go on from here. So we have Surratt, right? Coop,
Right.
D'Angelo, Kamara, Coogan, Hemby. All going in the draft this year, you think?
Yeah.
What about Lewis Moore?
Lewis Moore.
I think he was a ball hawk this year now.
Yeah, he was.
He could hit. He made a lot of tackles this year, really good tackles.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he was one of our leading tackles.
He was.
He ended up doing really good this year.
Yeah, he was one of our leading tacklers. I think that, that's the kind of kid, they don't even have him up here on this draft board, which is kind of funny to me, for the player rankings. What I find that kind of crazy because he's one of those kids that is going to come to your program and work really hard, watch film, and is very good at reading offenses, reading the wide receivers, reading the running back, reading the quarterback. You could tell it when he's playing.
Yeah.
That's why he has so many interceptions. It was that he was reading the play.
Yeah.
Did it extremely well. Has a lot of football IQ, I like to say.
Yeah.
And he's very coachable. I think that he should get drafted in, 4 to 7th round. And I think he'll do really well for a team that he plays on.
Yeah, I would be not shocked at all watching him, taking a step back his first season.
Right.
Learning from, the bigger guys out there and coming out and absolutely, being dominant later on in the season.
Yeah.
He works hard, and it shows. I think there was only probably about 2 or 3 plays, that cost us points all season long because it was a
Communication error.
Yeah, between the cornerback and him.
Right.
So if you can just get him to not have that failure, he's going to be one hell of a safety.
He's going to be one hell of a special teams player too.
Yeah.
And NFL really loves the guys that will be great special teams players. There's guys in the league still from IU that been there that were good players, but mainly role now is special teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he could be one of those players that plays in the league for a long time just because of his special team abilities. I really would like the NFL to go back to kicking the ball off.
The regular way.
The regular way.
Yeah, but I've been watching some of the Senior Bowl practices and stuff.
Yeah.
And
that was something too. Moore and our tight end, Nowowski both did not participate in the Shrine Bowl.
Yeah, I was a little confused about that.
I wonder if it was weather related or
they couldn't make it.
They couldn't make because of the weather, or maybe it was, they had just gotten off a game.
Mm-hmm.
And a very physical game.
Yeah.
And they might have just been like, I need it. The agents might have said, why don't you guys just take a break?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get you somewhere and hopefully get you invited to the combine and see where we can get you from.
Athena, stop that.
Sorry, my dog, and his dog is being kind of silly right now. But she decided to come lay down on the couch with us today.
So I was watching some of this for the Senior Bowl, and man, Keelan Black, like they're doing the 7-on-7s, like the practices and stuff like that, where it's handing the ball off and letting them have a run. Still alive, just no tackling.
Right.
Holy crap!
He hit the hole hard, doesn't he?
He hits
fast.
He
runs low.
Dad, this is a different Keelan Black from what I've seen when he played at IU. I've seen him hit the hole once. All season long, I've seen a step up whenever they went against Iowa. That juke move against Purdue, the physical out of Miami. But the one that I seen that hit me the most is that you have all these different, seniors that have played SEC, ACC, SBC, Big Ten. The one that stood out the most to me, and again, I'm not biased because, now we're at the end of the season. I'm all for everyone that plays. You guys did it. Attaboy. Good job. Slap on the butt. Time to move forward.
Right.
Keelan Black hit that hole, looked at the linebacker, took one step to the left, looked right, wide open hole, and took off.
Yeah.
Just faster though. Like I'm not talking about the Keelan Black where he probably would trying to run you over.
Yeah.
He disciplined himself so much during these practices that he had a 60-yard run. Juked at the man in front of him, but actually disciplined his eyes enough to be like, okay, I post here, I take that break, and I use my other leg to bounce off and run.
Yeah.
He did that.
Wow. Yeah.
And he was gone.
I saw that too. I think that he wasn't, I don't think people were prepared for what his speed that he has.
If he can just stop pumping that arm to his knee, he's okay.
Yeah.
I think that was something that they taught him to keep that arm up. Because if you guys look back, and I wish we had our film room, which that'd be coming up next season. If you saw Keelan on one of those long runs he had, he pumped his arm to his knee a lot.
Yeah.
If he can just keep it up and use that arm in case he gets hit, he would have been a different story. But anyhow,
He did have when I was watching the program on the senior bowl that he did have a fumble or two, and that was exactly the case. Like you said, running with his arms too low, and that's because we didn't have any fumbles.
No,
0 fumbles all season long. No goals.
No goals.
No goals. That's my old saying of being a goalie. No goals.
We're in football.
Yeah, we're in football though. Yeah, no fumbles. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, he did great all season holding onto the ball. He really did. I just hope the scouts saw that, which I'm sure they have, because they take hours and hours of film to analyze every little aspect of every player because they're spending a lot of money on these players to play a game.
And yeah, I mean, we have. Oh man, I mean, and the rest of these guys, they did great this year, and I'm hoping the best. One person I really hope the best for is Stephen Daly. Stefan Daly. He has a chance to at least hit in the round and not become a free agent. He was a hell of a defensive end, defensive tackle for us too. I hope he has luck getting drafted.
Yeah, he has a lot of pure speed too for his size.
Yeah, he does. He's like Coach said, he's a freaking nature.
Yeah, he'd be a great special teams player, and that's something to look for.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said it 10 times probably on this show, but
now one person in motion, Khalil Benson. I see him going pretty high based on the actions taken against, NFL prospects that were playing against Miami, Iowa. I mean, as much as he did good, against the pass rush and the blitzing,
yeah,
he got beat every single time in that championship game.
Yeah.
I think that proved a lot that,
I don't think that Cahill's going to get drafted.
You don't think so?
No, I really don't. And in fact, if I had to argue the point, I think that Zen Molesky has a higher chance of getting drafted, and our lineman, him and Pat Coogan, of getting drafted than him. I just as far as their footwork, their hips, the power up top. That's what I think. I think those two will get drafted. And another, a question mark for me. My question mark, who I think probably will get a free agent contract, and people don't really talk about him all in the draft, is EJ Williams.
Man,
I mean, he has flashes of greatness, and then flashes of mediocrity.
Mm-hmm.
But EJ is a taller wide receiver. He's pretty. How do I want to put this?
He has some good hands, but he really didn't get none of the spotlight because he couldn't fight to get open. He didn't have speed. He didn't. I mean, I coming from a slot receiver myself, he looked lazy out there sometimes. Now, if it was like an intense game, you'd really get into it. The blocking would be right. Him going for the ball would be right. but it just seems like sometimes if the ball wasn't going his way or the block wasn't going his way, he'd just get lazy.
He'd give up.
He would give up.
Almost. I don't know. He might not get drafted. Might get a free agent contract.
If he does, it's going to be late. It's
Yeah.
going to be late round. A lot of these guys, love them. They did real good. They let it, a lot of these guys helped go into the, national champion, and who we are, a national champion now.
Yeah.
I pray that they get their
shot, even in the Canadian Football League or something, or it's not the XFL now. What is it now? UFL, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, and another guy that I'm rating higher than what people are rating this kid in the NFL draft, and that's Coop. Coop, if you look at film on this kid, he blocks.
Yeah.
He's a damn good blocker.
He'll light you up.
He'll light you up as a wide receiver blocking. He's a local kid. Came out, he was recruited by Tom Allen and his staff. And
also, if you haven't seen it, he's also been help recruiting other kids from Lawrence North.
Yeah.
Which 5-star wide receiver is committed to Indiana for the 2027.
Yeah. That's one thing I really love about this team is they help recruit players.
Yeah.
And they help recruit players into the sleeve, into our program. Like Koenig did it for offensive linemen. He helped recruit players to come in after him, which was great.
Cheers. Come on.
We're having a stare down between Chase and Athena. This is I should record this. This is awesome.
She's like, I'm not picking you up. Go.
Stop. My dog here, she's probably every bit of 70 pounds, and she does not want to go upstairs now.
Oh, you little crap.
It's okay, Chase. It's under me.
Oh. Stop wrestling me.
They're wrestling on the couch now. This is hilarious. I should edit this out, but I'm not. I don't care.
Oh my god, she's so fat.
She's a big girl. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I think that I really think that Cooper's going to get drafted high. I do. I do think he's going to be a 3rd to 5th round draft pick. But she just gave Chase all he could take. I should probably edit that out, but I'm not going to. Anyway, yeah, Coop.
She's fought me harder than most grown men.
He's another guy that would be great at special teams, and that would help his draft status. And he blocks well as a wide receiver, and he catches the ball good. So
if you haven't looked,
if you haven't seen the film on him, on some of his catches,
and a lot of America has.
Yeah.
And one that has been forgotten, though, is the catch against Michigan when he got toppled over, when he took his legs out, and he still held onto the ball, and he was scorpion.
Right.
Like, that's one of those catches that, oh, man, you caught it, but you paid for it.
His yards after contact, I don't know the number, but it's got to be very high because he took a lot of hits and good hits and just rolled off of them.
Well, if you looked to game against Purdue this year, actually, he caught the ball, stiff-armed a man, juked out the other man when he was right next to him, and got yards.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys don't know, if that defender even puts a hand on him, that's still considered yards after contact.
Right.
He's stiff-armed. a whole grown ass man into the ground.
He's a powerful player. I'm telling you. He has separation ability too.
Mm-hmm.
That's unnoticed because a lot of times they would put their top quarterback on Surratt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Coop would get the second or third quarterback depending on where he lined up at.
Yeah.
Being a he's gonna in the NFL. I see him being a slot receiver and being very good, very dangerous.
He will be. But that's the thing in the NFL though, is that everything you were good at in college you're no longer good at because this is the big league.
Yeah, they're all big players.
You ain't gonna see a post go route. You ain't ever gonna see a post route anymore. That's one thing that you're not gonna see in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know. So, but then again, the man can jump over a damn car and call it good. So
yeah. His vertical is amazing.
It really is
amazing.
But 11:31, we'll switch it over. Transfer portal.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Keeping me as good. He's pumped up for the transfer portal, folks.
I wouldn't really call it pumped up.
We have the number 1 transfer portal class in the country.
8.
Huh?
8.
We're 8?
LSU has number 1.
Oh, really? I thought we were number 1.
8.
Oh.
As you guys can tell, I've been watching.
I'd say
I can't.
I gotta be biased. We're number 1. I don't give.
Okay. That's gonna be biased. So there's people that this is something. Now the coaches must see something, but me, I'm a film junkie. Can't help it. Ever since Coach Kirsten said that he was a film junkie, he watches film. He must see something in this kid. I do not. But we'll talk about the good, and then we'll lead ourselves down to the bad.
Okay.
We have a really good cornerback coming in, AJ Harris. I watched a lot of film on him. Really good lockdown cornerback.
Yeah.
But he gets a little handsy, and the interceptions that get thrown to him, he can't commit. So hopefully we can work on that a bit. We have a wide receiver.
Coach Ola Adams would take care of that crap. He'll tape his hands together.
So
guard him with your feet.
This is something that I'm in love with right now. Is on our offensive side of the ball. We have Josh Hoover, and we have 4 out of 5 players coming back from last year's team for our line.
Yeah.
So let's run this down. We have a wide receiver, Shaz Preston. If you guys don't know him, he was originally from Alabama. He's a 3-star wide receiver.
Right.
Went to Tulane.
Yeah.
Okay. The kid reminds me of Omar Cooper.
He does.
Fast. Has a nasty vertical. He can hunt for that ball, and he gets a lot of separation.
Yeah.
And then, to mop it up a little bit more, man, we have a wide receiver. God dang, I cannot think of his name.
From Michigan State.
From Michigan State. Nick Marsh.
He's amazing.
Great wide receiver.
He's
4-star.
Yeah.
The kid can run.
He's fast.
He is fast. And then if we look, and I'm getting excited about this in the wide receiver group, we get Tyler Morris back.
Right.
From Michigan. He didn't play last year. Well, he got injured early in the year.
Right.
So that makes me really happy. And then we have Charlie Becker from Nashville, Tennessee. LeBron Bond. Davion Chandler. Our wide receiver core is just as good, if not better, than last year.
Yeah.
This is big. And don't even get me started on the running backs.
You really fell in love with that Turbo, didn't you?
I fell in love at BB. I fell in love at Turbo. Kobe Martin.
Kobe Martin, it was one that people have not really had a chance to see yet.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Turbo Richard. Okay? He's a smaller guy. Okay? About 200 pounds. The kid can break tackles and get upfield fast. And BB, smaller dude, but we've seen a little action from him.
Yeah.
Early in the season before he got hurt. Holy crap. I see for kick return.
Who you're
BB.
BB?
We saw a little action from him early in the season.
Oh yeah.
He had like a 50-yard run, and it was his first handoff.
Right.
He bounced off of our tackle, bounced off the defensive end, up the field, 60-yard run.
Yeah.
Fast.
He has a lot of speed.
Turbo Richard, I watched a lot of film on him from Boston College. He made people look goofy. Then we know our beast, Kobe Martin. I think he's getting the starting position this year. It's going to be a fight between Turbo Richards and Kobe Martin. It's going to be a battle, which I'm very excited for. Guys, if you don't know, spring ball happened in April.
Right.
It's already about to be February.
Yeah, it's only a couple months away.
It's not too far away.
Yeah, it's really.
So we can see all these guys. Now, Josh Hoover coming out of TCU. 3,400 yards. 13 interceptions. This is something that we're have to get used to, though, is because Josh Hoover isn't as big as Fernando Mendoza.
No.
But you got to give the kid credit. He was up there in the rankings for how many passing yards he has. He's also qualified. This year he's a senior. Last year he was a junior. So he has the vision. And he's coming here for a reason.
To get trained to be one.
To be one, okay?
Yeah.
We can't sit here and let people say this, that, whatever. Cool. Now we're getting down to something that I'm questioning about, because obviously they see something in this kid. I personally do not, and then we're going to work from this kid, and we're going to go to the cornerbacks, and then we're going to go to our edge rushers. Well, I'm going to start off with this kid. Because I'm really excited about this one edge rusher. He's from Notre Dame. But I want to talk about this kid. I've watched some film on him, and I'm hoping that he sets it up just right. I just have to find him, because here he is. 3-star out of Tulsa, Josh Hideli. He's a defensive lineman, defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Not very excited about this kid. I'm wondering if he's going to develop, our defensive coordinators are going to develop him. But you remember those kids back in the day, Dad, where they did the 3-point stance, but they look like they're leaning on their feet and not their front fingers?
Yeah.
This is what that kid does. I'm watching a game, Tulsa versus Kansas State. Running back slips right past him. This happened 4 times in a row.
Wow.
Because he's sitting down like this.
Oh, really? He's on his back feet?
Yeah.
He's not his...
Not on the balls of his feet, he's on his back.
Oh, wow. That needs to be worked on.
So I'm a little bit... Now, I know we have some rushers back there. We have some edge rushers, defensive linemen. We got Josh Burnham. We have Toby Osanami. We have... I love this dude's name. Chitty.
Chitty Big Bang.
But we also have Tyreek Tucker and Mario Landino. So getting those boys, I can already tell you who's going to be starting there. Landino.
Yeah.
We have Caden Turner, Bones Jones, Jeff Uda Zinger, and we have Hardy, Quentin Clark. So we have a lot of that. But, Dad, if you have not watched, excuse me for a second. Toby Usanami?
Yeah.
Didn't play last year because he hurt his leg. He didn't have much time, but the man was a beast.
He is a beast. I watched film on him too. That was one of the
Have
players I
you-
was questioning on that, and I actually got to see him the other night. I had to tell you that. But he's a big kid. He's bigger than what he looks. I mean, what he looks like in pads.
Have you seen Joshua Burnham from Notre Dame?
No, I don't. I haven't seen him on film.
Can you look at my eyes for a minute?
You got that look in your eyes. I see it.
My God. The way this kid reads the defense as an edge rusher is unbelievable.
Really.
Unbelievable.
Birmingham, you said his name is?
Joshua Burnham.
Wow.
He's an edge rusher, 6'4", 260 pounds. As a prospect, he came in as a 4-star, 76 nationally, ranked 6 as a linebacker. Okay? This kid, unbelievable.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? Aiden Fisher. He's another kid that played quarterback and linebacker as a junior in high school out of Michigan City. And they played running back and linebacker too. So he's one of those guys that are pure athletic. He's just bigger. he could almost play linebacker. He's got the speed for it, from what I've seen on film. But yeah.
Like, that is one kid that I'm truly interested of. Like, this, I seen one play that he had, and it was a pitch, right? Burnham was already in the backfield, took the ball from the pitch and ran with the ball to the touchdown.
Wow.
He has 10 solos, 3 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions. I don't know how that is, because he did that. But his 2024 stats was 30, 16 solo tackles, 14 assists, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble. I mean, the 2025, 16, 10, 6, 3 sacks. But, they have a lot of good players at Notre Dame, so he probably got put back. But I'm telling you right now, I'm excited about this kid because he will light you up. He will. And it's not every day that I can sit here and already guess something before it happens. But when I see the development of somebody, he has a lot to prove this year. So he's going to go and prove it. I'm super excited about him. No, it's not because he's from Notre Dame, for the people that are wondering, oh, he's from Notre Dame. Yeah. I'm not worried about that right now. But we have, some guys leaving.
I mean, one of the guys that you haven't discussed yet that I'm really excited for is Joe Bruner from Wisconsin that came over as a guard. We're in desperate need of more linemen. This is what I project. Well, we were going to talk about this later, a different show, but I'll just do this real quick on the offensive line, the way I think it's going to go. Bray Lynch, center.
Right.
I think we have guard Bruner. We have Carter Smith coming back, which is huge.
Absolutely huge.
And then on the right side, you put in Bruner and Johnny. If I was the offensive line, that's what I specialize in, is mostly offensive, defensive linemen. As far as scouting goes, if I was to be a scout, that's where I would scout people at. That's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And I really, the film I watched on this Bruner kid, this kid is a beast. He is gonna be our next, great interior lineman coming in from Wisconsin. And Bob Bostad, you have to give this guy props.
Yeah, he's bringing it in.
We got a couple players. We got a safety from Wisconsin too that I expected to do really good things, and Preston Zachman. But I'm not really a safeties guy. That's what you are, Chase. That's what you played. Is that DB wide receiver stuff. But this Bruner kid, I think we'll probably have him this year. I don't know if he's a senior or redshirt senior. I have to look it up.
You said he's what?
I didn't know if he's a redshirt senior, so I don't know if it's his last year. But this kid,
he's a senior, yeah.
Is he? This kid, I tell you, I watched him on film for some of the game. I was like, wow. I
watched him, and I have the stat up on him. He's allowed 0 sacks.
Right.
0.
Yeah.
That's huge. And coming at Big Ten football,
yeah.
Okay, that's huge. If you as a lineman has allowed 0 sacks coming off of you, that's huge.
Right.
So I've watched a little bit of them, not a lot, because I don't like watching linemen. I don't like watching the big boys.
I like watching the big guys. That's where my specialty is. And we have some recruits coming in, but we'll talk about that next week because we'll get into where we predict that the offensive line and defensive line and all that stuff for the starters for next year. Of course,
Hey, why does it say Amari Farrell's senior?
Amari Farrell's staying in this year.
Is he?
Yeah. Safety.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he's staying.
That's good.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
So needless to say, our defense this year is stacked.
Our defense this year is probably, arguably, I think, going to be better than last year.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I really do think that. I mean, with A.J. Harris coming in from Penn State, did a great job at Penn State. And
he did.
And here will be even, his job will be, I hate to say this, God, easier than it was at Penn State.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, that's saying something for about Penn State. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
We got some depth at the safety position with things coming here from Cincinnati. I'm not really into that kind of thing, but
I haven't watched any film on him yet.
Yeah, but we'll have to watch some film on him and get back with you. But as far as interior linemen go, Toby Usunami, this kid is a beast. He is gonna be a great player for us next year if he can stay healthy.
Oh man, let's put Amari Kamara in there.
At linebacker?
Well, that's where he's at.
Yeah.
Let's put him in there. I'm willing to bet money right now. His brother's like, you stay. You stay.
You stay because coach they'll develop you.
Yeah.
That Buddha Williams, if you guys don't know, and Coates are excellent line coaches for defensive end and defensive tackles. Those two guys, Coach Buddha and Coach Coates, are great. They'll develop these kids into something better than they are now. There's no doubt about it. Look what they did with players that were coming out of high school with 0 to 3 stars.
Yeah, imagine what they're going to do with you now.
If these kids listen, if they listen and build into what I believe Coach Signetti is he wants to find players with a chip on their shoulder and want to prove something and want to be part of the team, not individuals.
Right.
Which I strongly think that is. But as far as some of our outgoing transfer portal guys, we did lose a couple of players.
Jose Wheeler went to Baylor.
Yeah, Husa went to Baylor. And then we had, of course, Alberto Mendoza, Georgia Tech, which I think that he is going to flourish in that offense.
I really hope so because they have an option, and that's kind of like what he likes. Makes me sad that the Mendoza, family is going to be heading over to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
But I know that there's always going to be a bit of them here. So
Yeah. And I tell you, I don't know if it'll happen or not, but he might go play at Georgia Tech for a year, get some experience, and you never know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about our depth chart here the next week. We haven't decided yet what time that's going to be at. My boy has to go back to work. He's done with his winter layoff, so he has to go back to cutting the trees, pruning the trees.
There's fucking snow on the ground.
And there's a ton of snow on the ground still here. And guess where I'll be going? Not this week, but the week after. This hasn't been announced to Chase yet. I'm going to FLA, baby. Going back to Florida again.
You better turn off that camera.
Yeah, he's not excited about that at all, but I am. I can't wait to get out of here for another week. So probably the week after, I'll probably do the show by myself in Florida on the deck, overlooking the ocean. But there's still a couple of players that I want to talk about in the transfer portal, and one is the long snapper Drew Clausen comes in from Iowa State. Boy, he's really good at getting that ball out, a perfect ball all the time, and it excites me. Now, one question I do have is our transfer from Hawaii, a punter from Hawaii.
Yeah.
I have a question about that because you want to talk about someone that should be out practicing right now. I'm sorry, but if I was special teams coordinator for the kickers and punters and stuff, I would be like, we're going to have you on the practice field today during the snow, cold, when it's like this, just so you get a feel for November ball.
Yeah.
Because, we could have snow in November.
October, we can have October, late September.
Yeah, so, and we could be going places to play football are going to have snow then.
Yeah.
So we really have to do that. Next week, we'll probably discuss our schedule too a little bit. Once again, the Big Ten loves us so much. They just love us. I mean, how many years has it been when they just love us?
Yeah.
And now that we won a national championship, they even love us more.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about that next week. Another thing, that was it for next week, right? Was that it for next week? Next week we're going to talk about our depth chart on both sides of the ball. Some needs I think that we still need, that we need to get. And yeah, but thanks for joining us. This was a pretty good show today, I think, anyway.
I'm still going to beat your ass.
He's
As
still-
soon as this comes off the
As soon as this comes off the air, I'm going to stay on the air for a little longer now because my boy said he's going to kick my butt when I get up here because I didn't tell him about the Florida trip. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I should stay on longer. I don't know. Oh, boy.
With or without the camera, it does not matter at this point.
Yeah.
No,
We don't want anything on camera of parental abuse.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have
You're
to
going to see if my
Call-
book goes up here.
call the authorities.
Anyhow, Dad, have a fun trip over there in Florida. Like he said, I'm going to be going back to work. So it's going to be a little rocky whether I'm on with you or not.
Right.
Go Hoosiers, and I'm happy for what we did. Got the national title back here in Bloomington, Indiana.
But it's over with.
But it's over with.
Yeah. We're on to the next step now.
Chapter 3.
As Coach says, Chapter 3.
And I agree.
Yeah. It's done and over with. The bangers hung. All the good shit.
Where's that even going to be at?
What, the banner?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have
no
an idea.
You do?
Put it on the opposing side so they can't watch the game.
Oh yeah.
Or right where Ohio State comes out at. Yeah.
And yeah, we'll have the banner up. I'm sure we'll have it painted somewhere with the national championship champions on it. I mean, I would.
Yeah.
But Coach Sig's a different breed, though. He might not do it. He might take everything national championship off the walls, off the everything, because his expectation is this year,
Yeah.
not last year.
So
And that's how I am too as a coach. I'm like, we're done with last. I'm getting the big whiteboard out and I'm putting up players, and their positions and where they rank at in my eyes, and then deciding what my depth chart's going to be. The players that are gone.
the funniest thing that he did the other day, right? It was like no, it was whenever it was the ceremony at IU.
Yeah.
He was like this. He was like, "I'm happy what we did this year, but chapter 3 starts tomorrow." And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
back to practice starts tomorrow."
Yeah. And that's another thing we'll talk about is the loss of our strength and conditioning coach and what that means. Because that was a huge loss. But who we're getting in looks to me like he might be even better. We'll have to see. But okay, folks. Like I said, like, subscribe, share this, please. I'm trying to get more people into my program for Chase and I. This is Hoosier Faithful saying, God bless America. God bless you. Have a great day. Thank you.